baby, I get a real treat. I've never looked at the MP-10 mold in any capacity, official or unofficial, before. I've seen pictures, I've seen reviews and whatnot, but I have never ever handled it myself. And the first time that I'm going to is the oversized Wei Jiang MPP-10 deformation era version. This is going to be a treat, a real treat. Now, I recently looked at MO1 Commander, which is basically a Masterpiece inspired, oversized version of the Evasion Mode Optimus. And on that box it said that, you know, it was not suitable for children under 6. Now, I didn't answer in there or ask the question again. Do you think that that toy would be suitable for a 6-year-old, other than to say, I don't know what kind of mega genius 6-year-olds you know? There's a reason I didn't address it again there, and I'm going to address it here. Down here. Is it down there? Maybe it's on the back of this one. I don't know where it is, but on this box somewhere. Oh, it's on this side. Ages 6+. Again, I'm asking the question a second time. Do you think that the MPP-10 is suitable for a 6-year-old? It'll be interesting as we delve into this just a little bit. You can see everything on the back of the box. I'm going to save all that. We're going to look at everything to do with this guy in all of his glory in the latest GotBot True Review. Hey guys, I'm your host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor. Have a look at the entire first season of Universal Collision, my stop motion series. And check me out everywhere. Let me know what you think of this guy, what you think of the MO1 Commander as well. Beautiful artwork on the box, absolutely gorgeous. A little bit stylized with the extra yellow and sort of stylized feet, but gorgeous artwork on the box. Not exactly like the toy, but hey, I don't care. On the back, of course, you get a nice image here of their version of Optimus. You can see that he comes with a matrix, and you know, he comes with his blaster and his axe. He also comes with Spike and something else, but that's, you know, it's a box, that's it. So taking that out of it, we're going to look at his accessories. The very first one to take note of is this. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous matrix. It is die cast, it is hefty, it looks phenomenal. Beautiful detailing, nice bronze and gold with the blue in the center. It is fantastic. He also comes with his Energon axe, cast in translucent orange. There's a space here, that's what his hand will go into, but again, it looks very, very accurate, very, very, very nice. But I think for me and my purposes, what I enjoy the most, at least in terms of his battle accessories, would be this. His cannon, iconic Optimus Prime cannon, which I think is an ion cannon, ironically enough. But man, is that ever beautiful. So nicely sculpted, and it does fold up. We'll look at that a little bit later. And the other thing that he comes with is this. You could put an Autobot insignia on it, and it has a couple of peg holes, so it could peg in, but Jeff, who is the friend of the channel that is allowing me to look at this guy, it's not mine, it's his, and I appreciate him letting me do it, has a different solution rather than using this. I gotta be honest, Jeff has really spoiled me lately with some great pieces that I wouldn't have gotten to look at otherwise. And he comes with Spike, and Spike does have colored eyes, which I really like. His arms go forward and, well, they rotate, and he can get in a seated position, or he can, you know, have one leg up and one leg down, and that's about all that Spike can do. But here's what's interesting. We have Spike, and then we have this. I'm confused. Is this Spike? Did he have an extra spike put in the box? I don't really know, but this has the exact same movement and articulation. The eyes, again, are painted. It looks nice. It's the exact same mold, repainted. So, I don't know, there's two Spikes. It is what it is. And now, in all of his glory, MPP-10, my very first go at a Masterpiece Optimus Prime in any way, shape, or form. Here he is. Though I do have him mildly mistransformed, but there he is with the Masterpiece Bumblebee, and I looked at him in full in episode 273. Here he is with the also recently reviewed Seeker mold. This is Acid Storm. I've never looked at the Seeker mold before. I'm not planning on doing a bunch of Seekers, but hey, I was able to do this guy. So you can see he is, you know, oversized. He is quite large. And here he is with, if I can get that out and that out. Here he is with the mold that I talked about moments ago, the MP-10. And the MP-10 is a little bit smaller. I can tell you now, I don't think that the MP-10 would either last long or be enjoyable to 6 or 7 or 8 or 9-year-olds. I do feel like this is a high-end collectible, but I do find it humorous that on the box it said not suitable for 6 or under because of small parts. I get why they did that, but it's kind of hilarious because this guy is sort of complex and pretty awesome. Actually, really awesome. And if you haven't had a look at him, maybe you should. I surprised myself with that guy. And of course, we come with the guide of other products and the instruction manual. So what can I say about the paint apps? The paint apps. 10, easy 10 million. It's Optimus, there is zero doubt. Oh, I don't have these out. Had him slightly mistransformed there. That was my fault fiddling with him. But it's perfect. I love the use of the translucent yellow here. I don't usually like translucent, but it works on this guy for sure. He looks fantastic. Okay, so yeah, 10 for paint apps. It's that G1 Optimus look. You know, any way you want to angle him. It probably shouldn't be 10 because of this silver here. That's not exactly accurate, but how can you argue it? Honestly, how can you argue it? Let's say I do want to really nitpick about that These, sometimes they were gray, sometimes they were blue. You know, you could nitpick and say 9.5, but come on, there's zero mistaking it. Let's get into the articulation. Well, the head, first of all, the little ears can move on it, which is, I guess, strange. It's probably a good thing, though. The head can go left and right. It looks up, it looks down. Beautiful bright blue painted eyes. We all know this. This mold is not unknown to people. The arm goes all the way around. If you want, you can keep the arms in close to the body like that, of course, for that silhouette. But if you do want a little extra motion, you have that. Now that's not a lot of outward motion, but honestly it's about as good as you're gonna get. Bicep swivel, elbow to 90 degrees. The thumb is static. The first finger can point. The other three are pinned. There's a hinge for all of them at the knuckle. It's only the pointer finger that has a hinge like halfway up the finger, we'll say. Waist, swivel, legs well out to the side, well behind and out front on a nice ratchet. The leg can bend like that if that's any good to you. The knee is a nice 90-degree knee. We have a swivel. It's not really a thigh swivel, though you do have a thigh swivel right up by the hip joint. It's more of a under the knee swivel, but I think it works just fine. And we have pretty fantastic ankle tilt. Pretty fantastic ankle tilt, and he is solid. There's a lot of die cast on this guy. He's hefty. The chest is die cast. The feet are die cast. I don't know about these panels. I feel like there's probably more than I'm pointing out, but he is very hefty, very, very nice. All of that being said, and he rolls like a champ in truck mode, but all of that being said, because of the limitations of the shoulders only being able to go out that far, I can't give his articulation a 10. I can, however, give it a 9.75. I don't know if you need the shoulders to go out further than that. It'd be nice if they did. But I can't seem to figure out a way, really, to do it. He does have a butterfly hinge back because of transformation. I guess we can throw that in there as well. He's great. He is beautiful. He looks fantastic. But the shoulder limitation, that really bugs me. I gotta be honest. I wish that that could go up higher, but I understand that it can't because of the way the silhouette is. So I'm gonna say 9.75. I'm gonna be really generous because I love the thing. He is, you'll have to pardon me being stuck for words here, because I'm so excited about having this to check it out. But he is, you know, he is still scoring tremendously well. Not perfect. Again, for something called Masterpiece, I've harped on it a million times. I feel like it should be perfect. And I guess my expectations are just too high. So, we'll get into the transformation. Stop wasting time here. Oh, actually, before the transformation, I guess I should point out his accessories here. So, his blaster, that can, you wrap the hand around it there. There's a peg for that to go in, though it doesn't want to do it now, naturally. And there you go, there's his blaster in his hand. It's Optimus's blaster and it looks absolutely glorious. That being said, you can take it out. Now, this is something that I like a lot. The blaster itself can transform by folding that around and pushing this piece in. And then you end up with a little piece like this. Not that it likes to stay together particularly well, but you can open up his back. And once you have that done, you can drop his blaster in there and close his back up. I mean, come on. You want to talk about weapon storage? Does it really get any better than that? I don't think it does. Then we have the Matrix, and of course, everybody knows by now, you open that up, you lift this out, you lift, if I can get it, this piece out, and the Matrix, of course, slots in there quite solidly, and boy oh boy, does that look absolutely beautiful in the center of his chest. You know, Optimus without a Matrix, it's just not civilized. Yeah, that's it, it's not civilized. I had mentioned that red piece that you could put a logo on, but while that would fit over here, this is actually a die-cast logo that Jeff got, and I think it works so much better. It's raised, it reflects light beautifully. If you can get your hands on one of those, I think that's the way to go. And then we come to his Energon axe. And all the instructions say is, note the positioning of the thumb and the blade. That doesn't help a whole lot. This thing is cut out a very specific way. The thumb needs to basically go in where it's notched out. So, if I'm lucky, I can get his Energon axe on like that, and again, that looks great. I wish it could go on over his hand a little bit more. I don't feel like it's flush. Now maybe it can go flush, but where this isn't mine, I really don't want to force it. So if it can go flush, then hey, kudos there. But it does fit on there, no problem. And if it doesn't go flush, well then that's a little bit of a shame. And maybe where this is a KO, maybe that's why it don't go flush. And I think that is it for the accessories. So transformation, except for Spike, we'll worry about him in just a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna jump into transformation. Full disclaimer, this is my second time trying to record the transformation because it did not work out the first time. And I have to be honest with you, I have no idea why. So, yeah, second time doing the transformation. Not impressed with that. Really not impressed with that. Fold around the panels on his sides. Fold the panels around on his legs. On the front of his legs. No problem. Push the button on the back. There's a gray button on the back. Collapse the leg. Same here. Push the button on the back and collapse the leg. Put the legs together. And now you have Optimus looking, well, not exactly like Optimus. Take this arm and open this section. Fold the forearm in and close that section. So now we have one forearm done and we can collapse it. On the other side we do the exact same thing. We bring the arm up, we open it up, we rotate in his fist, we close it up and we collapse it. And now we have, just as you would expect, both arms collapsed. And we can almost see where this is going to go already. Now, you need to get rid of this false grill next. So we open up his chest and we untab the false grill. We angle the body back and we bring it forward on this red hinge. There's a red hinge in here. We bring it forward and we should be able to have that red hinge into the false grill. And the grill will end up being on the bottom of this guy now. We take the waist and rotate it around. So now we're looking at, say, the back of his body. We take the feet and close the heel and toe together, and then we shimmy the feet together and make sure that they also tab together. No problem. No problem. Good so far. Let's get him some front tires, shall we? You reach around the back here and you bring down that red piece. Kind of a tough clearance. Reach around, bring down that red piece. And when that allows us to bring down his entire side obliques of his body, basically. And they go all the way down and under. Now, you can rotate this around, but you're going to want to keep this piece out of the way for now. Bring that arm up. There. You want to kind of like that. You bring this arm out and up, I guess, for now. And bring that all the way around. Pull out those little metal pieces and pull out these little, well, they're not metal, they're chrome, they're plastic chrome. But they're supposed to mimic metal. And now we have 6 tires and the front of this guy. Okay, we open up this next and we pull down the actual grill. Oh. Open out the 2 matrix pieces. And the matrix would be in here. I already have it removed. And you bring this all the way down. That's going to be the front grille of the truck. You rotate the head in all the way. And you close up those 2 pieces of his chest. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Bring these arms back down. Oh, before you do that, open up that black panel. And open up that black panel. Now bring the arms all the way down and all the way down. Fantastic. This was where I struck trouble because you have to get this whole arm section behind the cab, basically. And at the same time you need to get this forearm section swiveled in here. And I find that to be extremely challenging. I really find it to be extremely challenging to the point where I really don't like that part of the transformation. This is what ends up happening to me most of the time. And on this arm. The other one, no problem. Usually, of course, saying that now, I'm sure it's not going to work because that would be too easy now, wouldn't it? That goes in. That goes in. And there you go. This side is fine. Right? Go figure. I don't know why this side does not like to work with me. I really don't. But I find, for some reason, this side of the truck to be so much more fiddly and finicky. Let's try it again. I have this here. There. There. Now you bring this up on the side, fold in, and fold over the bumper. Bring this up on the side, fold in and fold over the bumper. Last but not least, if you didn't do it already, there's a little tab here on the side. You tab his fuel canister in there, and you tab his chrome fuel canister in there, and boom, there you have Optimus in his truck mode. We all know this truck mode. We've seen it for a long, long time. It is iconic. No 6-year-old is going to be able to do this. I don't believe that for a second. Honestly, I find the transformation quite challenging because I don't like the arms. I don't like the arms. To me, the transformation at best is an 8. I wanted to love this guy and give him 10s across the board. I can't. I don't think it's that great. I don't think it's the be-all end-all for Optimus. Honestly, I know I'm in the minority as I say it, but there's room for improvement with this mold. I don't know if they'll ever do it, but there's certainly room for improvement with this tooling. Like I said, I had to record the transformation twice. To me, that says a lot. So, transformation 8. Of course, now that I have him in vehicle mode, now we can incorporate Spike by seating him over here, and Spike the sequel, I don't know, by seating him over here and closing them up, and of course now both of them are inside. Look out. That's a nice touch. That is a nice touch. I do appreciate that. I do dig it. I think it's really a good way to, you know, keep him in disguise because somebody's driving him. So taking that back out and that back out. Let's talk a little bit about this guy. And here we are with one more comparison, one that counts. This is the M01 Commander, based on the evasion mode Optimus Prime. And I've said this before, you can see what this was going for in terms of homaging this. They're both, you know, beautiful in truck mode. I kind of like the fact that the windows are colored on this guy, because that's one gripe that I really do have here, is that though he has windows, they're very, very small. What are you gonna do? Such is life. This is obviously a little bit bigger, but I don't know. Maybe he should be. Maybe he should be. I mean, if we turn him like that and put him right there, I mean, you can see the size difference. He comes out a bit further on the back. He comes out a little further here on the front. If they're right nose to nose, he comes out much further on the back. But all in all, I do think that this guy is absolutely beautiful. He really is. He's a fantastic truck with so much nice die-cast and thick plastic. A 9.75 for articulation, a 10 for his paint apps in both modes. He looks glorious. Overall score for this guy has to be, for me, about a solid 9.25. He's really, really good. Really good. And I don't know if the tolerances on the official is better. Remember, this is a KO, an oversized KO at that. Maybe the official is better, but I don't feel motivated to run right out and buy myself a Masterpiece Optimus Prime. I know. I've said it before and I'll say it again. My opinions are not always the most popular ones, but they are very true to my experiences. Anyway, folks, I guess that's it. Let me know what you think of this guy. Maybe Maybe you can even explain to me an easier way to do those arms. I'd love to hear from you and your thoughts. As always, I appreciate you dropping by, giving me some of your valuable time, and I really look forward to the next time that you and I get together for another visit right here inside the video.